Welcome everyone to this year's assembly for World Mental Health Day. World Mental Health Day takes place on the 10th of October every year.
This assembly has kindly been narrated by a young person from the TOPS project at Beechcroft Education Unit. The TOPS project offers a small group placement for Year 11 and Year 12 students who are unable to attend mainstream school due to a range of mental health challenges. TOPS gives them the opportunity to develop socially, emotionally and academically in a small group setting. The Emotional Wellbeing team would like to thank this young person for narrating this video.
World Mental Health Day is about raising awareness of how to look after your mental health and how to break the stigma around mental illness so that people can get the right support at the right time. In order to do that, it's important for society as a whole to spread awareness. A lot of people struggle with stress, anxiety, and/or depression. World Mental Health Day helps people learn about these challenges and support each other. Reduce stigma. Some people might feel embarrassed or afraid to talk about their mental health. World Mental Health Day sends a message that it's okay to talk and that asking for help from a trusted adult is a strength, not a weakness. Encourage action, whether it's being kind to others, taking breaks, or knowing where to find support. World Mental Health Day reminds us to take steps to look after ourselves and those around us. Let's watch the video to find out more about mental health.
Mental health is something we all have. It includes our thoughts and feelings about ourselves and others, how we relate to other people, how we function day to day, and how we cope with the ups and downs of life. Having good mental health is not about having no mental health problems. It's about feeling good enough about ourselves, being able to do the things that matter to us, and having the resilience to deal with the difficult situations we all experience in life. When talking about our mental health, it can be useful for us to think of it like a scale. Our mental health scale will move towards good or poor mental health depending on what's going on in our lives and the supports we have around us. There are things that can challenge our mental health and shift the balance of our mental health scale. These challenges can come and go over time. They may be brief or may last for many years. They can leave us feeling stressed, sad, worried, lonely, overwhelmed. Mental health difficulties rarely just have one cause. They are often an understandable response to having to deal with the circumstances of our lives and things that have happened to us in the past. While there are things that challenge our mental health, there are also things that can support it too. These things won't necessarily prevent challenges to our mental health, but they can help us cope with what life throws at us. They can help us achieve balance in our mental health scale. Mental health can be complex because our experience of it is personal and unique. But we know that the more we normalize conversations about our mental health, the easier it will be for young people and adults to seek the support they need when they need it.
The theme for this year's World Mental Health Day is access to services. This theme highlights the importance of you being able to protect your mental health because everyone deserves good mental health. Today, you will learn who to reach out to if you need early support with your mental health and how to access CAMHS if your mental health dips or you experience ill mental health. Research statistics tell us that many young people in NI struggle with their mental health. 40% of young people worried about problems with their peer group. 80% of 16-year-olds reported worrying about the pressure to do well at school. And 1 in 8 children and young people in NI experience emotional difficulties. World Mental Health Day is an opportunity to talk openly about the challenges we as young people face and think about ways we can access the right support at the right time. Sometimes the signs that you're struggling are obvious. Other times they're more hidden. Here's a few signs to look out for. You might be experiencing changes in your mood where you feel sad or down most of the time. You might also be anxious, worried, panicky. Changes in mood can also lead to changes in your behaviour. For example, tiredness, lack of motivation, changes in eating habits or appetite, and not enjoying things you used to. You might be thinking, what's the point? Or have negative thoughts about things you once enjoyed, like your hobbies or subjects in school. Things may start to irritate you more than they used to, and you might find you're feeling more anger or sadness. This can also mean you get frustrated easily. You might not want to be around your friends as much either. You can't find the motivation to hang out with them, and you would rather spend time alone in your room. If you are really struggling, you might even be self-harming or using drugs and alcohol as a coping strategy. Talking to a trusted adult about your mental health can really help. Your parent or guardian is often the first person you might talk to. However, this isn't always possible for lots of different reasons. Maybe you would find it easier to speak to your football coach, youth club leader, or GP. In school, there are staff to help you with your mental health. It might be your favourite classroom assistant or the school counsellor. School staff will provide a safe space to talk, offer support and understanding, help you develop coping strategies, and connect you with mental health professionals if needed. Even with someone you trust, it can be difficult to start a conversation about mental health. It's not easy to open up about how you're feeling, especially if those feelings make you feel upset, out of control, or alone. When you feel overwhelmed, ashamed, or are worrying about getting into trouble, finding the ways to ask for help can be even harder. Remember, beginning the conversation is the hardest part. I'm here to tell you that talking about mental health can really help improve your life. You might want to try one of the ideas here. For example, I need your help with something. If you don't have a trusted adult in your life that you can talk to, there are other services that you can reach out to. Telephone services like Lifeline and Childline offer 24/7 guidance. Other services, such as Papyrus, have text or email services if you don't want to talk over the phone. The Youth Wellness Web is a really good place to access information on the support services we just talked about. You will also find information on mental health and well-being produced by CAMHS Emotional Wellbeing Team in schools. Why don't you pause this video and scan the QR code with your phone? Alternatively, use a search engine and type Youth Wellness Web EWTS. Your school counsellor or teacher might recommend that you visit your GP or access CAMHS. Your school, GP, or any other health professional like your school nurse, physiotherapist, or social worker can refer you to CAMHS. CAMHS stands for Child and Adolescent Mental Health Services. You might have accessed other services, for example, counselling before you're referred to CAMHS, or you might just be referred straight to CAMHS. It will depend on lots of different things, including how unwell you've become. That's why it's so important to speak out early. Doing so helps you to get the right support at the right time. The first step in the process is a CAMHS assessment. If you meet the criteria for CAMHS, you will then co-design a treatment plan with your therapist. Sometimes children and young people come to CAMHS when they're finding things really hard and need extra help. For example, you might be struggling with how you feel about food or your body, feeling very sad, low, or hopeless, thinking about hurting yourself or ending your life, feeling very unsure or confused about your identity, like your gender, dealing with something that has really hurt you in the past, big rushes of fear that come on suddenly, feeling low for a long time and nothing makes you feel better, feeling stuck on certain routines or routines that are hard to stop.
The video which is about to play has been produced specifically by the Southern Health and Social Care Trust. The video will explain to you what a CAMHS assessment involves, and whilst the video does make specific reference to towns and locations that might not be close to where you live or where you go to school, CAMHS services and professionals across the whole of Northern Ireland all work in similar ways. So please keep watching no matter where you live.
Everyone struggles with their feelings from time to time. Sometimes children and young people can feel overwhelmed with sadness, worry, fear or thoughts of harming themselves.
This can start to affect your family and school life as well as friendships. You may notice that you can't get to sleep and that you spend lots of time thinking about things that are difficult.
If this happens, don't bottle up your feelings. Talk to your parent, carer, or trusted adult to help them understand how you are feeling. They can help you make an appointment with your GP practice or relevant professional. This appointment may take place in person or by telephone. They might ask you questions about how long you have been feeling this way and how these feelings are affecting what you usually do from day to day.
They will then decide whether a CAMHS referral is needed or whether there are other sources of help to try first. They might also offer you some resources while you wait.
The Southern Trust has a single point of entry for CAMHS referrals and a multidisciplinary clinical referral coordination team that triage all referrals.
In CAMHS, there are lots of specialist teams and referrals are directed within CAMHS to the most appropriate team based on the information provided.
If a referral is accepted to CAMHS, your parent or your carer will receive a letter in the post requesting that contact is made with your local clinic to make an appointment. A member of the team may contact your parent or carer for additional information. These calls will come from a withheld number. You will find a link on your appointment letter for resources that we hope you will find useful while you are waiting to see us. CAMHS in the Southern Trust has 4 locations: Needham House in Newry, Bucumber Lodge in Portadown, South Tyrone Hospital in Dungannon and Cedarwood in Armagh.
Your initial appointment may be virtual, face-to-face or by telephone, and you will be allocated to a lead professional to complete this appointment with you. This appointment can take up to 90 minutes.
It is important that a parent or carer attends with you or is available to speak with during the appointment for information sharing purposes.
During the initial appointment, you and your parent or your carer will be asked questions about what has led you to attending CAMHS and what supports you might already have in place.
The lead professional will explore with you who the important supportive people are in your life, such as family and friends. You will be asked about your physical health and also your emotional or mental health, including any information about medication and any risks.
It will also be jointly decided at this point whether CAMHS is the most appropriate service. A plan of what could be offered will be discussed and you will be encouraged to set goals to work on.
With your agreement, ongoing CAMHS support may be individual sessions, group work, family work, or a blend of these. The length and content of the follow-up appointments is tailored to each individual child or young person.
During your time with CAMHS, you may be signposted to other organisations who may be able to support you or your family. Your GP will also be kept up to date throughout your CAMHS journey.
To conclude, it is important to remember that every person has mental health and that talking about mental ill health can help you access the support you need. There are lots of services to support you if you're struggling with your mental health. We want you to remember that you can reach out to a trusted adult if you need help.
Please note, the information contained is intended to support emotional well-being. If you feel triggered or overwhelmed with any of the content or would like any additional information, we encourage you speak to a trusted member of school staff. Thank you from the emotional well-being teams in schools.